And now the car everybody's come to see. The whole of the British media dying for this car to do well. Tony Pond. Remember last year he crashed on the first stage. Can he get through this time? Yes, and it's a 1 minute 36, which puts him into 10th place. And 2 seconds off the lead. Now Malcolm Wilson. He must be the hare in the Austin Rover camp, allowing Pond to take things slowly over the first few stages. Puts in a good time. Equal with Eklund, 1:33, 5th place. Remember, this car's normally aspirated, no supercharger, no turbocharger, just fuel injection. And now a superb performance from Malcolm Wilson. He's second fastest on 3 minutes 43. It's really heartening to see these Metros going well so soon in the event, and well up there in world competition. Well ahead, of course, of the works Audis. Tony Pond now, up to 8th. Time here, 3 minutes 54. From Malcolm Wilson. Now he spins later on in this stage and moves down 4 places behind Grundle and Toivonen. Still putting up a very good performance, though, overall. And the second of the Metros, Tony Pond. 5 minutes 30 overall. That's some 22 seconds off the lead. And in 4th place still, Malcolm Wilson. Total time 9:44, which is just 14 seconds off the lead. But he's under extreme pressure from the second of the Peugeot Talbots. And Britain's Tony Pond comes next in 8th overall. He's just 4 seconds behind Sundstrom and closing. So the first Metro is now in 5th place overall. But with a reasonable gap at this stage of the rally of 14 seconds from Mikael Sundstrom, as we see Pond in 7th overall, who's just behind Sundstrom. Malcolm Wilson taking in a bit of grass there as he moved. Less than 200,000 spectators have turned out over these daylight special spectator stages for the first day of the 1985 Lombard RAC rally. As Britain's Tony Pond goes through in the Metro, he's currently lying 8th, and the Metros really have put up a very exciting performance on this first day, staying out of trouble and maintaining top 10 positions. As we talked in the Worcester service halt to Tony Pond.
Thanks, car's going great.
What sort of position are you at the moment?
I think 8th, something like that. It's just where we wanted to be, really.
And how do you see the next few days progressing?
Oh, I wish I could tell you, but it should be all right. At that pace, that's about what we want to do, really.
So you're pleased with the debut of the Metro in the RAC?
Yes, it's certainly on the pace of the other cars and without trying too hard at all. So.
Do you think that once you get into Wales you can see things progressing a bit more?
We hope so. The Forest is another story. We've played with the silly stuff now, so now we get into the proper meat of the rally. We'll see what we do there.
You think the Metro, therefore, is in with the chance of outperforming in the Forests?
It's certainly well on the pace, and I think we can make it outperform if we want to, but it's too early to do any of that.
Okay, no problem so far?
None at all, thanks.
6th, Tony Pond. Going really well. As Weber goes out, here comes Pond. And you can see, well, the severe gradients one gets in the Welsh forests. Pond losing grip there, coming almost to a complete... Pond 5th, but with Grundle now out, he's moved up to 4th again. And now the last we should see of Malcolm Wilson. He's only got 2-wheel drive and subsequently retires with engine bottles. Grundle's out, Wilson's out. And Pond here, now in 4th place and looking better all the time. And here comes Pond, 4th place. Now making his bid. And with the overnight halt just 3 stages away, he's now seeing his chance of a top 3 placing. Remember, this is a new car, never been tried over more than a one-day rally in the past. Austin Rover must be delighted with the performance so far. They must know now that they've got a potential winner on their hands. And if you look at the top of your screen, you can just see Toivonen there. Pond's catching him. This means he's caught up at least a minute over this stage. With Pond now second. And here Tony Pond now. in a superb four-wheel drift as he comes round that right-hander before plunging down into the infield. Remember, just 3 minutes behind Alain at the overnight halt, and anxious now to stay in contention all the way through to the end of the event. The car doesn't really look the part, but by golly, it doesn't half do the job properly. V6, unsupercharged, unturbocharged, fuel injection. Of course, he doesn't suffer from lag coming out of corners. He can put the power down just when he wants it. And look how stable it is on this right-hander. Not exactly beautiful, though. Tony Pond now trying to apply the pressure, although he drops, in fact, 5 seconds on this stage. And it's here that Pond starts to make even more impression.
You got some problems with the car?
Yeah, there was a very bad jump in Stang that should have been caution or something, and we all landed badly, but we did quite a lot of damage to the front of the house. Took a spoiler, front aerofoil, lights, everything.
Has it affected the handling of the car?
Well, it affected the fact we did the next stage without any lights, hardly, so we lost a lot of time.
Have you lost a position now to Toivonen?
No, but giving him 30 seconds.
Now the event, you're sort of probably just about halfway through it. Is it being as long as what everybody said it was going to be?
Oh, I think it's just starting, really. It's snowing like hell up there now, so this is what everybody feared, and because with it running late, there's no rest time left, and it's becoming a bit of a mess, really.
So what you've now lost on the road, 15-20 minutes time, you're going to lose this now over the sleep that you should have had? That's
correct, yeah. And in fact, at the start of the last stage, the other drivers, I hasten to add.
The foreign drivers?
Yes, they didn't want to go on at all. They were sort of getting very annoyed, very upset.
These are these Finnish chaps?
I think they're foreign. I don't know where they're from.
Tony, go and have a rest. Thanks very much indeed.
Behind him, Tony Pond, who has paced himself well right from the start. He got within seconds of Alain at one point, only to drop back with punctures over this group of stages. Special stage 49, Kilburn Hill, and Pond's Metro looks as good as when it left the start 4 days ago. Who, before the start, would have thought that cars on their World Championship debut would hold the first 3 positions? Pond is not about to give up, however, and is giving chase. His tens of thousands of fans would never forgive him if he didn't. Pond continues to hold 3rd place and must be pleased with the car's international debut. Tony Pond has impressed both his fans and his critics with a really good steady drive in the Metro. In 3rd place, Tony Pond, really delighting his thousands and thousands of British fans with a tremendous debut for the Metro.